Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just have to sit on their blisters. In great contests each party claims to act in accordance with the will of God. Both may be, and one must be wrong. God cannot be for and against the same thing at the same time. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea. But if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts, and beer. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. Achievement has no color. Fourscore and 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. Be with a leader when he is right, stay with him when he is still right, but leave him when he is wrong. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. No matter how much the cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. The Bible is not my book nor Christianity my profession. I could never give assent to the long, complicated statements of Christian dogma. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. If there is anything that links the human to the divine, it is the courage to stand by a principle when everybody else rejects it. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Everybody likes a compliment. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Hypocrite, the man who murdered his parents, and then pleaded for mercy on the grounds that he was an orphan. Don't criticize them, they are just what we would be under similar circumstances. If this country is ever demoralized, it will come from trying to live without work. Stand with anyone that is right, stand with him while he is right and part with him when he goes wrong. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and, under a just God cannot retain it. You cannot build character and courage by taking away people's initiative and independence. Those who write clearly have readers, those who write obscurely have commentators. Republicans are for both the man and the dollar, but in case of conflict the man before the dollar. Determine that the thing can and shall be done and then find the way. Don't interfere with anything in the Constitution. That must be maintained, for it is the only safeguard of our liberties. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. In times like the present, men should utter nothing for which they would not willingly be responsible through time and eternity. That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. I believe the Bible is the best gift God has ever given to man. All the good from the Savior of the world is communicated to us through this book. Congressmen who willfully take action during wartime that damages morale and undermine the military are saboteurs and should be arrested, exiled, or hung. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation is the philosophy of government in the next. Education does not mean teaching people what they do not know. It means teaching them to behave as they do not behave.